Hello, my name is Siddhan Jawar, and this is my presentation for the Marketing Solves Problems challenge that was presented to us. And the company that I've taken for the challenge is AMC Theatres. So, just talking a bit about AMC Theatres, AMC is an American movie theater chain, one of the biggest in the world, with almost 8,000 movie theaters in US. And that means that it has a movie theater in almost every other city in US. And the reasons why I chose AMC is primarily just because of how severely movie theaters have been impacted due to the pandemic. And I myself love watching movies, and I feel that movie theaters are not going to increase a continued decrease in demand due to pandemic or changes in customer preferences. So now talking about the specific negative effects due to the pandemic, the first one is decrease in attendance. So movie theaters have experienced a 79% decrease in attendance, which has resulted in a $3.5 billion loss for them. And the second point is the change in customer preferences. So as you can see here in the graph, in 2018, almost 28% of consumers preferred strongly going to movie theaters, which decreased to 14% in June of 2020, while 15% only strongly preferred streaming in 2018, which increased to 36% in June of 2020. And as you can view the graph of the decrease in attendance, even though streaming services have been there since the early and late 2010s, movie theater attendance has been rising and has been fairly constant after that. And there was a severe drop in June in 2020 because of the pandemic. And that is something that can be increased again once the pandemic has subsided, and using the marketing strategies that I have provided in this presentation. So now pinpointing on what were the particular reasons of the drop in customer attendance. As you can see here, 35% of the consumers did not want to go to movie theaters because of COVID related health scares or reasons. However, 20% didn't want to go because they thought that theaters were not clean enough. 22% didn't want to go because there was no content that compelled them enough to go and watch movies at the movie theater. And 23% didn't want to go because they'll rather stream movies than go to a movie theater. So as you can see here, I've divided these customers and into three different segments. The first one being who think that theaters are not clean enough, and for them, the primary focus should be on promoting sanitation standards. And these customers are the easiest ones to convince. Now coming to the customer number two, which is the customers who think that there's no content that they wish to see. And for them, it's important to match content with the customers. And the third one, which is the most difficult kind of customer who will rather stream movies, for them you have to focus on the whole movie going cinematic experience and remind them of how good a movie going experience is in a movie theater. So talking about the strategies for customer number one, the three strategies that are suggested are social media marketing, publications, and influencer marketing. So talking about publications on its own, a lot of publications such as New York Times or the Wall Street Journal have written articles about how coronavirus has severely impacted these companies. And it's important that AMC partners with these publications and ask them to write articles about what the movie theaters are doing to work against the pandemic, on how they are maintaining certain sanitation standards. Now, talking about the social media strategy, so it has to be a fairly content driven strategy. The first part is to focus on posts that reinforce AMC's commitment towards sanitation. The second one is a video where AMC has created this video and launched it on YouTube. And this video really shows about the sanitation standards that AMC is maintaining and what steps it's taken so that the places are clean and safe enough for customers to come. And I really had to find this video and search for it. However, these kinds of videos should be promoted on platforms such as YouTube, on platforms such as Instagram, so consumers are able to see them and make a mindset that yeah, theaters are a clean place. And the third type of content is customer testimonials to showcase real customer opinions on how clean and how safe movie theaters are. And lastly, they should focus a lot on Twitter and use it as a Q&A forum to reinforce their commitment towards sanitation with customers and try to subside the problems that current customers have with AMC. Now, going on to the influencer marketing strategy, the influencer marketing plan should be on focused on collaborating with movie reviewers by sponsoring their videos or posts. Influencer marketing in its own is really helpful just because it has one of the highest ROIs in terms of any marketing channel. And some potential influencers are someone like Jeremy Jams, who is a YouTube influencer and talks about movie reviews and has almost 2 million subscribers with 3 to 4 million views per video that he launches. And the second one is an Instagram influencer called the Color Paris Cinema, which posts a lot about movies, and a lot of movie going fanatics subscribe to these kind of channels or Instagram pages. So one of this is a script that I've created on how YouTubers or influencers could talk about these AMC in particular and how they're maintaining sanitation standards. My name is Siddhant, and I'm a YouTube influencer. And today's video is sponsored by AMC. So, just talking about AMC, I know all of us have gone to AMC, watched movies there. And today I'm going to talk about how AMC has taken so many strides towards keeping their theaters, keeping their customers clean. The steps that they've taken in terms of ventilation, in terms of cleaning the seats, cleaning the. My name is. This was just a sample script that AMC could look at implementing and make sure that movie reviewers they promote AMC's commitment towards sanitation. Now moving on to customer number two, who think there is no right kind of content for them. So for them, I've looked at a funnel kind of an approach where the first step is to build awareness for movies, and for that it's important to create hype based events and hype based marketing strategies. The second part of the funnel is creating some kind of interest in movies. So for that, targeted advertisements to promote recently released movies should be done. And the last one is the action stage, where influencer marketing should be used just before a movie is being released to reinstate to customers that if a movie is being released in a theater, they should watch it at AMC. And overall, it should show the customers that there are good movies out there to watch in the theaters. So, talking about the event marketing strategies in particular, the three strategies that I have suggested are to promote promote movies in areas of high visibility. So it could be banner ads, it could be ads on, for example, in UIUC itself. If AMC Champagne wants to promote, they could do something on the quad. They could make people wear costumes of a character and walk around the quad to create some kind of buzz. To conduct virtual events on social media platforms to build some kind of buzz again for the movie. And the last one was to create replicas of movie characters near the theater. So as you can see in this picture, this is something that Game of Thrones did, and it was a marketing gimmick where they put a dragon carcass on a beach, and it created a lot of attendance and a lot of It took a lot of attention and created a lot of buzz for the TV show. And they could do something like that outside of AMC. So for A Quiet Place 2 is being released in June. So AMC could look at putting a replica of one of the villains of The Quiet Place 2. And that would attract a lot of people who would just be interested in coming to the movie theater to see the replica and see how it is. And it would also attract attention from influencers, from news sites, which would promote the movie to an AMC also at the same time. Now, going to the targeted advertisements. So, traditionally, only production houses promote movies, but at this point of time, AMC must start investing and participating in movie promotions. And the ways that they can run targeted campaigns are Google search display and video ads, Google remarketing, and Facebook custom audiences and retargeting. And they can collect data from production houses also and use that to run targeted campaigns. Now, talking about the customer number three, for them, they would rather stream movies, and for them, AMC has to focus on first the cinematic experience and the power of nostalgia. So, talking about the cinematic experience, it was written in a German research paper that the cinematic experience is something that drives customers to the movie theaters, and it can never be substituted by a TV screen or a mobile screen just because of the amount of distractions. And that's what AMC has to do, remind the customer of the cinematic experience using commercials on the TV or streaming platforms. So this is one of the storyboards I created on how someone wants to watch a movie at their in their room, but the light isn't right, the sound isn't right, and there's so many distractions. You might have an annoying roommate, you might have a pet who wants your attention, and how going to the movie theater is the perfect way to watch a movie. Now, going on nostalgia. So, nostalgia is very clearly related to large profits and customer loyalty. And how do you create nostalgia? It's creating an environment where people are happy, where people are valued. And AMC should do that for their customers. And they should create marketing campaigns very personal, relatable, and make sure that they bring back past memories of people, especially in the storyboard on how we all have really happy memories of going to movie theaters. It might be a first date, it might be with our friends, our family, our parents, and we have such good memories that we have created in the movie theater. And AMC has to use that and use that in commercials and remind people of all the happy memories that they made in movie theaters. Thank you, and that was my presentation.